Me, bathroom right now. Well, in comparison, I guess. I am a little. I mean, but that doesn't the point. I mean, haven't you guys noticed? Have you even spoken to?
Spoken to who?
Really?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear what you said, Jess. That's why I asked that.
You what?
Said I didn't hear what you said, that full sentence.
Yes, you kind of cut off at. You've not even spoken to. So the whole sentence was, really? You haven't noticed you've not even spoken to?
I didn't catch the name you said.
That's because I don't need to say, right? Like, you guys know what you're doing, right?
When have we ever known what we were doing?
That's not going to fill me with confidence. She'll just kind of she'll just kind of like, you'll get to like the food parts, and she'll just kind of quieten down a bit as she gets her very basic tray, and she'll use her school ID to bring it through, and she'll be like, afterwards, like when you get your stuff and the other student drops their tray on the floor, she'll be like, right, you you really don't know. Are you just like, is this like a test for me to say if I know?
No.
Mm.
If you know something that could change any of this, I would love to know it.
She'll just kind of puff her cheeks and what? You believe you're a rank 5 with Suzuki?
Should be a rank 6, I
6.
believe.
Oh yeah, you're the. My bad. All right, let me take a look. That should cancel out her negative modifier. Let me check. Believing in others, -4. Okay. So I'll be a -1 overall. Okay. She'll roll her understanding, which is a D10. Alright. So she'll be like, I mean, you've already started. And I mean, if you promise not to shout like Ogato or Kazuhaya, I mean, I guess. Why am I saying that? Kahari wouldn't shout, but I don't. Oh, I. Mm, she'll start walking towards a table. She hasn't told you to go away, so you can pretty much pick up the
Yeah,
sign.
we will follow her.
She'll kind of sit down and like use one of the chopsticks to like stir around the pieces of food. Be like, you really don't know anything about Shin, then, do you?
Other than he's our patron and he's got something to do with the children of the bomb, which I am one of. Honestly, no. He's never been something I've really wanted to be associated with.
Children of the bomb?
apparently Shin did something to the two bombs at the end of the World War II. The people didn't die, they were changed. We are closer to shadows than we are people, or at least somewhere in between.
And she'll just kind of like she looks like she's actively thinking, and she'll be like, that kind of sounds like one of his stories when he said he like made shadows into people. That kind of thing. Is that the same thing?
Possibly.
Like, I don't know like the specific terms. I didn't know it was actually real.
Yes, I have an empty inner domain. There is nothing. I am built off what I take from other people.
I mean, when you say something like that, it kind of sounds like you wouldn't want to help. Basically, like, was the cause of you like feeling like you can't do anything.
It probably was a big thing from when I was younger, but I'm honestly just trying to figure all of this out.
Hold on, I'm just gonna reconnect one moment. I'm a bit laggy.
Okay.
Rich, the point is to make them non-existent. She's like, the Ainur bad. We have time travel powers and ruin things. The point is she wants to get rid of them.
And she'll kind of be like, I mean, wouldn't you be able to understand where I'm coming from then? Like, if you knew that you're like you being around just caused a lot of like misery for a bunch of other people.
Yes, I know that feeling. That is something I did go through, and honestly, I don't have any problems with, again, the fact that you were dedicated to what you're doing, but like I said, with everything that's happened, maybe it's just I'm tired of being alone, and you, like I said, you're like the closest thing to a best friend I have. I don't want to lose you.
I'm not exactly best friend material. I mean,
Well, it's not like I keep in touch with anybody from where I used to go to school.
I guess you just have really weird standards then. Like, but anyway. And she'll just kind of poke the food and she'll be like, I've actually known Sin for quite a long time. I mean, for the majority of my life, I guess. Technically.
Really?
Yeah. It's not really something that I wanted to say. It's kind of hard.
I suppose with the stance you're taking, yeah, I suppose it would be kind of hard.
Yeah, like at the beginning of the year, I was kind of like I thought I'd never see him again, and then there he is. the same as he's always been. He just didn't think anything was real, that it was just my own imagination. But it was real. And, well, I tried to avoid it, and I tried, and after what happened when I took that class with Minamoto Sensei, and I just realized just how much of a coward I've been all this time, running away from something that I knew only I could stop. Because I was the only person who knew who he really is. I'm just saying that I'm not doing this because I wanted to from the very beginning. I didn't. I really didn't. I didn't want to do anything. I didn't move forward. I didn't go backwards. I found a place where I could just be, and it was, meeting you guys was fun. It was really fun. And it's not like you guys are dead or anything. You're still around, but it's not the same. I can't do stuff with you knowing that we're just all like free. It's just it's not like I'm happy being by myself, but it's not like I'd be happy pretending everything's fine. Not anymore. I'm just saying that I know Shin. I know him more than anybody else in this world. And I know that I need to do what I'm doing. I just wish I didn't, but I do. So, if that's, you guys still sound like you want to go on whatever crazy story that he has spun up. He's that stuff's really intoxicating. I used to just know that, it's not as clear cut as it may seem to be. If you think about it in that way. I don't know. I honestly don't know what you guys are thinking about.
I don't think most of us think it is as clear cut as that. But I also believe most of us are looking at this and trying to find the way where we lose the least amount of this. And at the moment, I believe in our actions this might be the best, because there's no guaranteeing how the world's going to change with all of this gone.
You guys only believe that there's something to lose because I couldn't just shut up and keep everything to myself. I had to tell somebody. Just another thing that's my fault. At this point in time, we could talk about this forever, and it seems like unless you guys see something rather than hear about it, you're going to keep trying. Well,
I just have one simple question in all of this. Do you honestly believe Shin getting the cards back would be a good thing?
She'll just kind of sit there for a bit. And she'll kind of look a bit lost, like her eyes will kind of fog over, just reactively. And she'll be like, I don't know. She'll say like she looks like genuinely confused that she doesn't know.
Right. Okay. If it'll make you feel better, I'm probably not going to be involved in much of these attempts at the cards. Right now, I think there's a part of Katsumi that she's losing because of the card. And I think I can at least help retain some of it.
I mean, you guys work together. Like, you saying that doesn't absolve your responsibility. It just kind of makes things worse. If you're gonna do something, do it full-heartedly, rather than with half a heart or half a mind. I know that sounds really fucking hypocritical, but
I wouldn't, I wouldn't even begin to think of accusing you of that, since I'm a pretty bad hypocrite myself.
yeah, maybe I shouldn't be so, hard. It's not like you like him. Like, you guys don't know everything that you're doing. I don't know everything that I'm doing. Sometimes you guys make it really hard for me to stay mad and to avoid you and stuff. So I'd appreciate it if you'd make my job a lot easier and do mean stuff or something.
I'm afraid if I start doing that, it might have an adverse effect on everybody else. I mean, if you really want, I can go assault a few people, but...
Maybe you don't have to go insult people. Maybe just call me pale or frizzy or something. No. Or
All right,
something
then.
meaner than that.
If you really want me to, I can. I mean, I believe I did give you a free use of anything I can do.
She'll just kind of blink and she'll be like, you really do take things literally, don't you?
I wouldn't have offered it if I didn't mean it.
And she'll just kind of close her eyes and she'll be like, I'll just eat this stuff later. And she'll kind of put it away in like a little plastic container. And she'll be like, as he begins to step up, be like, I need to start getting towards the bus, going on a field trip. But I mean, when I ask you to be mean and then you say something like that, I don't know how to feel. But I guess, good luck with the rest of your classes. And don't...
Shizuka, even if it's against the group, I will still help you.
Or don't tear yourself in two, being torn by different directions.
I'm afraid that's the nature of what I am. It's my selfishness, I guess.
I guess there are similarities after all. She'll just kind of do like a weird smile and then she'll pick up her tray and start walking away. All right, so back to lunchy time. And Reiko, what is he doing while Rio waits for the last rumor?
I mean, if I spotted him, I'm like, and if I didn't, then I'm just like, just find place which is relatively uncrowded. If I spot him and see that he is listening, I'm like, oh, for fuck's sake. It's not even that interesting. And then
Rumors!
Rumors.
Yeah, and then I think to myself, really, I thought Bossman takes more. He considers knowledge, actual confirmed knowledge. He considers facts precious, not. And then I just like, oh, whatever.
They are. That's why rumors are so important. Some of them are facts.
Oh, we are going by. There is an fuck. How do you say that in English? That there's
There's a
an.
grain of truth in each lie.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Okay, so I just like, yeah, grab stuff and up, watch and observe, and like, so Rio can finally join me. And actually, like, I mean, I don't have sense of sight, so I guess it's very hard or impossible to me to notice Ryu and Shizuka while their talk is happening.
Yeah, there's a lot of people in the cafeteria, so it'd be like virtually impossible unless you were like keeping a like hawk eye on them or something.
Yeah, man, I didn't even keep track of them and I don't have sense, my intuition is shit, so yeah. Yeah, just waiting. You can go with that last rumor, because that's my primary... Scene with Rio will be my primary thing for the launch, so...
Alright, so the last rumor is don't copy this down as dictation because it's actually important, but I'm going to say it in a way that isn't
Okay.
like speechy. Alright.
Okay.
Okay. So basically, the last rumor will be like he's heard about there being a sinister cult that's hiding behind every corner, that's present within the classroom, and it seems that they've even gotten their grip into the classroom themselves. And he's heard of people being swayed and joining this cult in quite rapid succession. That it's been a problem for Mariah Academy in particular, given how easy it is to go for the easy way of getting power and stuff. But it seems that this year, like, it's gotten even more powerful. But it's not like they're more out in the open. It's just, they're like, the recruitment drive is like crazy. Even he got propositioned to do that, but they do some really crazy things. Like, how would you feel if you didn't have a personal identity, that you chopped and sliced and you threw it away just to bring about the apocalypse? Don't do that. Be yourself. Rumors can only be rumors if everybody's have a unique identity.
Right. Yeah.
And it's gotten so bad that he's even heard that it's infected the teaching staff, and that even they are having to deal with the conundrum of the impending apocalypse. TM. Like bribery, bullying, extortion, blackmail. Be alert, and if you are in that position, don't report it to the teachers, because they might even likely be in it themselves.
Oh no. So he's basically saying trust no one.
Yeah. It's very hard to tell who's in the cult or not. They're very good at masking their presence. And if you see anybody in this cult, that means that they've got a personal vendetta against you personally.
Okay.
I wonder what you did.
Okay.
No, that's the rumor.
I wish I had written all that down. But alright, I get the gist of it.
Here, I'll get you. Red hand. Spooky.
No, I mean, I wish I had written all of that down. Oh well.
It's not that good.
Red hand in school, infiltrating, people joining up for power, and losing personal identity and stuff. Got it. That's the least interesting rumor you've had all day.
I mean, this one's a bit more scary. And you kind of hear like Can it's Rio and Reiko, right? Like, do you think they would like react to like to see if they look around to see if they try and spot anything or anything like after hearing that
No.
with Reiko? Would she be like, who, where are they? Who?
No, as I said, like she's like, oh my, she was like really dismissive of the entire rumor thing.
Oh, he's losing his touch. Right. So you wanted to talk to Rio. Oh, the stage is
Yes.
yours.
I mean, if I did notice him like listening and talking with rumor loving student and he's coming up, I'm like,
I was
tilt my
listening.
tilt my head. You know, bossman, I always pegged you as somebody that takes more, that considers factual, confirmed knowledge as a more precious compared to this.
Alright, I gotta roll my diligence. Okay. Well, Hero's just gonna kind of look aghast for a moment and then collect himself as he places the tray back down. And then he'll be like, why no, he would have just gotten a sandwich from like a vending machine or something. Because he didn't get in line because he listened to the rumors. And he'd go, well, yes, of course, any information that comes from verified sources is the most reliable. That's no reason for someone such as myself, a member of the student council, not to hear what the masses are saying. And, of course, so that I can know what everyone is thinking, and so that I can know what isn't actually true that they believe in. These are quite important things to keep in mind. Rio nods, trying his best to convey the fact that it's not because I enjoy it secretly, it's because he enjoys rumors.
I'm like, well, I guess that makes sense. Know thy enemy and all of that. I'm not gonna bother rolling understanding.
Isn't it like a D12 for you?
I mean, yeah, it is, but she's like not really
Oh,
in the
okay.
mood to like drill into it.
Okay. Well, then in that case, Rio will sit down and go, right, you said you had something you wanted to talk about?
Yes, an idea. I mean, very loose idea that I got over the weekend talking with my mom, and I don't know, a idea for a field trip. I mean, generally,
A field trip.
if you will have to, I guess, if the people will be interested, you will have to slightly, give it a spin, so that Sugihara Sensei would also be interested. And basically, the location would be. My mom has this really good friend, Honoka-san, and she is working as a, now just because I'm not sure if I remember correctly, Honoka is an archaeologist. Yes,
Guess that's to you.
because I think it was archaeologist or like
She's a geologist that works in near the Imperial Palace grounds.
oh,
With so she's kind of like one, but she's more like with like the soil and the rocks and stuff rather than like ooh precious jewels. You know what I mean, right?
yeah. So I explain how I heard that that's her job, like where it is. I'm like, finish. So yeah, didn't want to jump with this idea to Sugihara Sensei without. I guess you are like, yeah. I mean, sure, Akira and Raf are ugh, representatives for the student council, but well, you lead March, and well, as I said, consider you're a boss man, so I
Rio's
guess I
just gonna
wanted
put
to.
his hand up and go. Rio's just gonna put his hand up to like stop her for a second and go, I'm thankful for the role that you put on me, but if it's because of any predisposition towards seeing me as a leader or anything like that, I'd like you to, well, put that away for the moment. March is a group that's founded so that we can protect each other and the like. It doesn't necessarily need a leader. I'm just filling the role. As it comes for the class itself, well, I would prefer it if you came to me with this because you thought I was the one most capable of handling it instead of because there's some leadership role that's been thrust upon me.
I mean, it's not mutually exclusive, is it?
And he'll shake his head and go, "No, it's not. It's just a matter of phrasing, I suppose."
I mean, yes, I also consider you the guy that actually has a head on his shoulders where it should be. Compared and I like laugh a little bit. I mean, rough is nice, but I don't think I need to say more.
And he's a bit too focused on minor details and being precise.
Anyways, okay, so, because it will also be true, so maybe not leadership, but you are the guy that knows things, know to handle things. I mean, you are in the student council for God's sakes.
He nods.
So, what's your take on the idea? Do you think that should it be even bothered with trying to convince Sensei? Or would you think that you or the others would be even interested in it? Because it's, I mean, it's kind of like archaeology, but mostly geology, but near Imperial Palace, so, and I don't know. That's why I came to you, I guess, also.
Near the Imperial. Where exactly would this field trip be going to?
I mean, oh, okay. Yeah, I think I mean, I said I explained it, but I didn't say exactly because I wasn't sure.
Maybe in
Yeah,
Tokyo.
It's in Tokyo, near the, at least how my mother explained that, it's near the Imperial Palace in Tokyo.
He'll just kind of pause for a moment and then go, "I believe that is something that certainly should be brought up to Sensei. I mean, the school has its own connections, but if you have this on the get, then that would make for quite the enlightening field trip for most people. Being able to observe things from that, well, cultural center point of Japan."
Alright, I, huh. I guess I'll bring that up during the next homeroom. Or, and I pause. But, I wonder if I should do it. Yeah, probably
Rio
not
would know,
today.
just FYI, like if you got onto it, like you usually have like your Sugihara classes day on Friday. You could schedule it for this Friday if you start now.
Mm-hmm. Right, yeah, I would know that. He'd be like, "Hmm, right, right. Well, if you're able to speak to Sugihara Sensei about this as soon as possible, then it's possible to set up such an excursion for this Friday."
Alright, I guess bring I will do that, and we'll see how he will react.
Right, yes, well, I'm sure that he has to at least give the idea credence due to the fact that it's not every day that you get to have not a tour, but an explanation from someone who works there about anything to do with the Imperial household. He just kind of says, blinking a bit slowly, and thinking to himself, "The Imperial Palace. I don't know if I should go there."
Mhm. Yeah. Mm. Alright, thanks for the advice, Ryo-san.
Oh, yes, I don't think it was very much work at all for me to give you this advice. Well, if you needed someone to say that it was a good idea, then I'm glad to be the one, he'll say, smiling.
Eh, it's it's fine. I mean, not that I don't appreciate it. It just give us small sigh. I'm kinda I guess I'm making this kind of my defensive mechanism to make that words try to make that words don't really affect me.
Hmm. Oh, I see. I'll just kind of nod and go, right. Well, all I can really say about that is that, well, you're still both an ally and a classmate, which means I have your best interest in mind. And this is an excellent idea that you've presented. If if you want my opinion on it, then personally, I can't really think of a much better field trip for cultural reasons. Well, perhaps maybe to the old palaces in Kyoto.
Yeah,
Kind
because
of
like for
shrug.
a moment, she was saying that for a moment he was going to say that personal opinion on the entire her status in the school as being enemy number one. That's fine too. So on her face there's for a moment like there's this face when you see that you think there's this going one way and there's the other. Oh, okay.
Hmm. Yeah, Ryo doesn't consider her enemy number one. I mean, he understands the context of what happened, and he's not happy, but still. Anyways, we'll kind of start eating, and after a few bites, we'll go. Hmm. Your mother knows someone who works at the Imperial Palace. That's quite impressive, honestly.
I just like I mean considering her own work, which I mean it's not really the fact that I can't really say much about it because I don't know much. Uh, kind of like for all I know she's like secret demon killing agent, kind of like secret service or something.
Hmm.
Although I know this, remember Bossman those mad gasser contracts we found in the park?
Yes, I remember those.
Apparently one of her coworkers is capable of making contracts like these.
Oh, I see. Interesting. Hmm. I only know of two people who might be able to do something like this. I suppose that might be quite impressive itself, but then again, you are personally acquainted with one of them, aren't you? I was talking about Giryu. I don't know if Reiko would be able to put that together, considering she never
Uh,
saw him do it.
I mean, she knows he's a crafter, but... Uh... Wait, you mean... making things... I mean, do you mean Kidyo? I know he can make stuff, but...
He'll just kind of blink for a second and then go, "Oh, right, that was after you joined our class. But you're not aware of the fact that Fuma-san is capable of placing demons into statuettes and then allowing them to make contracts with people in the world."
He helped me make a statuette, but there was no demon ceiling involved. But, that's interesting. I guess it didn't come up with our talks. Oh well, it's
Ah,
nothing.
He'll just kind of nod and go, "Right. Well, I suppose that's been on my mind lately because I do need to find a way to make contracts with demons."
I mean, yeah, Rio said that he wants like make contracts, right? I
Rio said
understood you
what?
correctly.
Yeah, he wants to make contracts with demons.
Uh, I mean, I can't promise anything because, as I said, in very short, I know only this mom is government worker, but she's not a politician and she's definitely not a pencil pusher. Uh,
And he'll just kind of laugh and go, "I see where you're going with this, and while I would love an introduction for anyone who works in the government, I'm not going to ask them. As I said, Fuma-san may be capable of providing what I want, and if not, there is someone else in the school who is specifically here to attend magic classes I can ask."
Is he the same magic junkie as Raph? And I try to say that in positively.
No, I don't believe so.
Okay. But yeah. Yeah, Reiko is like, I guess she might. Would I know this person? Unless it's a secret identity or something.
And he'll just kind of pause for a moment and go, well, I believe you might be familiar, honestly, given your previous environment. After all, well, anyways, I won't presume anything, and it's not any secret. You could find out quite easily by asking the magic instructor which students are attending the special lessons. It is a, Yuri senpai.
Fuck, now my memory is freaking... She was there in the Suicide Forest, right?
No,
Yuri, no.
Oh, that was...
that was jury. Very
Jory.
hard.
Jory
Then
Yuri,
it-
yeah.
Don't worry, they hang out.
Yeah, sure.
It's great.
Of course. I mean, I guess he would have
It's very
said.
confusing.
I guess he would have said Ashikaga senpai.
There you go.
Yeah, Reiko... I don't know how Reiko... I don't think I've had any meaningful interactions with her.
I don't think you've had any meaningful interactions, but I don't think it'd be a stretch for you to know of her, considering her position. Would it be Jess? What would he have to roll?
Do I need to roll for that?
I mean, I think
Knowledge?
it's possible, but Jess could say it's not. That's dumb.
Literally the head of the sorcerers. I think it's pretty obvious.
Yeah.
I mean, Reiko would know.
Okay.
Like, I would just be like knowledge she'd know because she was head of the sorcerers before she went and killed Ebershu, so she'd know that.
Mhm.
Oh, huh. I mean, okay, that Ashikaga is the head of the sorcerer's family.
Hmm.
Oh, well, head of the sorcerer's family or not, I guess. Well, you can learn all, your entire life.
Yes, I don't believe she's here to actually improve her skills.
Then she's teaching here?
I don't know what she's doing here, honestly. But suffice it to say, she is attending the...
Well, I mean, if she's able to help you, then all the good. I kind of left that part of my life quite decisively. Although, considering things, I don't even want to know if she would be also cross with me for how I decided to part my ways with the families with capital F. But that's not really important.
I believe, given the kind of person she has come across as so far, she might not be as hostile as other family members towards you. But then again, I'm not a very good judge of character off of only a few impressions.
I'm pretty sure if anything will happen, she won't be the first threat vector. But
Well, it's-
anyways, that went weird ways.
Right. Well, I believe that on the topic of talking about contracts, I will definitely be questioning Fuma-san first about his services.
Well, I did plan to spend some time with him this after school, but I'm not, and I laugh, I'm not that possessive. If you wish to conduct your business.
And he'll just kind of nod and go, well, I did have some things I wanted to take care of after school. I'm not entirely sure I'll be able to get to it today. It depends on how quickly things go. So, I dare to say that I probably won't be interrupting your time today.
Okay, that's fine. I mean, it wouldn't be an interruption if you informed me beforehand, so it's fine.
Right, well, he'll just kind of say, as I said, I don't really expect to get to it today. But I do think it's going to become pressing before the end of the week.
Okay. Well, I also... hopefully last time I... not really scolded him. He remembers about keeping a steady supply of cranes from Koharu.
Right.
Yeah.
A steady supply. He'll just kind of nod, as though that makes perfect sense. Right then. So, is there anything else you want to talk about, or should they go in this?
No, I have no other ideas what we can
Okay,
bring up.
okay.
Right. So, as you guys finish your lunchtime and go back to classes, Rio and Akira will continue teaching the lesson. But does it still feel a bit awkward, or have you just resigned yourself to the fact that you're doing it?
I think Akira's resigned herself to the fact she's doing it as fast as possible, so yeah, she's fine.
All right. Well, Ryu continues his exercises. It's a bit militaristic, but I suppose there's other things on his mind that, like, his mind is thinking about one thing and his body's doing the other. And I mean, Reiko will, see. I guess she'll listen to Akira and Ryu. I mean, it's not her. Maybe she might have to do that if she got better in her psychology exams. Is this a new part of Sugiura? Ooh. And as for Kaharu, she goes to the, like, I think it's like a what's it called, in memoriam, like a like they have a place dedicated to an author. Like, it's not a museum, but it has like a bunch of their stuff and stuff like that. I don't know what it's
Right.
called officially.
Right.
Sure.
And if you wanted to buy any cute souvenirs or anything, you could. But Raph can't, because his buddy is Mr. Landon for the entire
Landon.
trip.
Yeah, I'll buy a cute souvenir.
Okay, and
So Raph will get bored, talked to death about grammar and the meanings behind Japanese literature.
How much is a cute souvenir?
The price ranges can be anything from like $5 up to like $100, depends on what you want to buy.
I mean, she might pick up like a keychain or phone chain thing.
Yeah, like the keychain should be like $5, and it'd be like characters from the story, or yeah.
She'll buy one that reminds her of herself and one that reminds her of Naomi.
I see.
So, two
And
that
that's-
remind her of herself.
Yep! And then she's gonna see if there's something her mom might like.
There's like a that like you can get like bits of fencing that you can grow stuff on,
Yeah.
like a little fence thing.
Souvenir
One of her stories is about attending a garden as like a courtesan or some shit.
Yeah, one of the fence souvenirs. Alright, how much is that?
Fence souvenir would be like $30.
Alright, so I'll spend like 40 in total.
Yeah.
Is Raph ever able to buy anything, or just no?
Does he want to?
No.
Yes.
I mean, Mr. Landon will be like, "Do you think you deserved it?"
Yes.
Really? And
Well, I understand. I would. I was tired and I went a little bit off topic. I don't see is that as a punishment.
A little bit off topic. Do you even remember what you said?
So to be perfectly honest, I don't. I'm sorry.
You'll be like, make it quick. I'll be coming with you, of course.
Okay, sir.
So you can buy something really quickly. You won't get
Alright.
you won't get the leisure time of having a peruse. You're being
It'll
punished.
just pick up a little chalks, little like one of those little like statue things. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Pick up like
So
tchotchkes.
that'll be like $10 then. It's a bit
Fine.
more like detailed than a keychain. All right. So you hurriedly pick one out.
Basically, it's for his mom, so
Oh.
because she likes those sort of things. I sort of established it earlier, so just
Wait,
remembering.
will field trip not take up Kohar this afternoon?
I mean, you'll be back after school, so you know.
Oh,
I
shit,
said
well,
that.
I could go karting for you quickly. That's... Never mind. Take that off. You can
But
still
we'll
make the
be
money.
ending here, of course, because it's been like 5 hours.
Yeah, I think we're almost seeing 4.
I'm getting pretty tired.
Yeah, I appreciate it
Yeah.
because I had, well...
Didn't hype yourself up on like 12 caffeine pills this time? Your eyes are propped open, but you can't shut
I
them.
decided not to take the cocktail, and my eyes didn't hurt.
Good work, Jess! I'm proud of you. You sounded awake at the beginning anyway. You didn't have to fucking hurt yourself to do it.